What's going on, Doe fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys have been doing well. For today's video, going to do a Bitcoin market analysis as well as update for Ethereum. And then I've got some really nice updates to show you guys when it comes to the charts for altcoin market cap as well as for Bitcoin. So without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow those pages. If you guys want more base-orientated ecosystem kind of posts, be sure to follow my X page. My handle is at Dope Oxide. First of all, for liquidations, we didn't actually have that much liquidations for FOMC day. Volatility hasn't been too crazy, so I do expect this compression will lead to a massive inflection point to the upside or downside, and we'll probably have that answer within the next week or so. For liquidation heat map, we do have quite a bit of liquidations getting built above us, but we never really got to sweep that 103.2k liquidity level. So let's see where we go on that. My preference is always sweeping the lows because usually the true direction is up just shortly after that. So let's see if we get that sweep of the lows at the low 103k range and then liquidate all the late shorters. For the Bitcoin long short ratio, nothing to update really. It's just trending sideways, and I do suspect this will trade lower once Bitcoin really starts liquidating all those shorts. For the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, same thing. It's still grinding the lows of this bull flag pennant, and most likely I do expect this to break out to the upside. And like I was saying before, the inflection point is probably within the next like 18, 20 days or so, but more than likely, in my opinion, it's probably within like 10 to 14 days, because usually it doesn't actually make its way all the way to the end of the flag. So let's see where we go on that. And like I said from last video, the target is the flagpole for this actual bull flag. So let's say if we exit around the 25th of June, the target is technically the 3.5 range. But like I've been saying the past few weeks, the next major resistance is the 2.7 region. And once that's broken, the next target is definitely a magnet, and more than likely will be that 3.8 range, because of course this is an inverse parabolic trend, and usually once a parabolic trend is broken, it always leads back to where it started from, and technically where it started from was actually back at the 5.2 range. And I told you guys, like, I'm not expecting this bull cycle for Ethereum to hit it, but of course I'm open to it, and it would obviously help our base native token bags, but the base case is definitely hitting at least that 3.7 key region. For Bitcoin, we're actually really grinding the lows here, and I do expect a breakout. Obviously, we don't want to have daily closes below this. If I go to the daily is actually still grinding inside the flag, but the 6 hourly is having some closes below. So I really would like to get out of this spot here and try to make our way to the upside as soon as possible, because of course more daily closes below this will probably mean that Bitcoin is having some weakness, and more than likely we'll head back down to this purple second parabolic trend line, which is about the 98 to 100k range. For Ethereum, same boring old price action. We're still ranging sideways, and there isn't anything really else much to say. For stock market, we had a slightly red day, and I do expect this retest to be successful. So like I was saying last video, we want to be retesting this 5956 range. It looks like we're retesting it once again, and I would definitely like this to close above and have a successful retest, because once this is actually properly retested, I really think the stock market will be well on its way to all-time highs, which will obviously help our risk-on assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and base native token assets. Quick update for TOSHI. TOSHI really looked like it wanted to fake out to the downside yesterday, but we never got that. We wicked down below to that 4.7 region, basically having an equal low with the 5th of June low on a weekly basis. Let's see if we get another wick down to the downside, but it's really looking like it doesn't want to. We'll see how we go, but if it was to happen, it's probably going to happen in the next few days, because as you guys can see, let me just move this out of the way. We're technically still in the downtrend right now, and if this doesn't break, pretty much within the next 2 days, if it doesn't break, yes, I reckon TOSHI will be probably forced to have a mass cascade down wick to the downside, and then most likely this will actually print another bullish divergence. And this will be quite bullish, because this will mean that there is seller exhaustion on the charts for TOSHI and be well in its way to all-time highs, because I really do think once that fake out is completed, we're more than likely going to reclaim the lows of this range and then break out of this consolidation to the upside, which will be really bullish for our base native token assets. And yeah, of course, I'm super bullish on TOSHI, and I really do think this will be a massive runner later on in the bull cycle. and this consolidation is super healthy for Toshi. We don't want massive parabolic runs like we had when Toshi got listed on Coinbase, and because it went straight up, it had a lot of damage on the charts to retest. And we've pretty much done everything we can to properly retest it. So we've broken down. We had a really nice accumulation range. We had a massive God candle. And now we're testing that once again. So we're reclaiming that God candle retest back here. And as long as this holds and we don't have multiple daily closes below this, I really do think that Toshi is in for a massive parabolic wave to the upside. And if you guys believe in Elliott wave theory, this is technically a textbook Elliott wave 5-wave count. So as it stands right now, it's really looking like this is our wave 1, wave 2, and what's next is a wave 3, and usually the wave 3 is the biggest wave to the Elliott wave cycle. So if we have this wave 3, it's going to be absolutely massive. And if I was to call targets, really, the targets would be anywhere from these levels. It'll be anywhere from the 1618 to the 4236. Let's see how bullish Toshi is. But pretty much the minimum target is that 0.0014 range. And that's just for wave 3. Wave 5 will come after that. But it's really looking like Toshi is bullish, because even in the sub-wave of wave 1, we had a clear textbook 5-wave counts. So as you guys can see, we had that wave 1, and then wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And then ABC correction. So we had the A, B, and then now C. And then, ideally, what's next is the third wave. So it's going to be absolutely explosive. And, of course, the inflection point of that is, I believe it's within 10 days. Let me just give you the guys the correct count. Yeah, so it's within 15 days, but more than likely it'll be around the 10-day range, in my opinion. And I've got some really good news for you guys, because Coinbase has actually been pumping. The stock has been pumping, which actually helps our altcoins. But I'll cover that, guys, later on in this video. Next up is actually Alienbase as well. Alienbase, it's still grinding sideways, and like I said on previous video, Alienbase has plenty of time for you guys to accumulate. I don't expect massive moves imminent for Alienbase, purely based on the fact that every time Alienbase has gone back in its accumulation range, it stayed in there for at least a month. So you guys definitely have enough time to accumulate Alienbase, and I do think Alienbase is one of those massive runners at the peaky end of the bull cycle, based on the fact it's a microcap, and microcaps usually are the last one to run in the bull cycle. Next up is tweets. So first one's by Exit Pump. Bitcoin price is sitting at a yearly VAH, which is a big demand zone, around 103k. Should hold. Losing it means over for the rest of the summer. I just think that Bitcoin may just need more consolidation to occur, and this has some confluence with my chart, because basically if we do get 103k close, that will confirm that this bull pennant is broken down, and more than likely we'll have another consolidation range back down to that third wave parabolic channel, which is about the 101k range by then. And I don't think it'll be the end of the summer. I just think we'll probably need another like full month or so to really get Bitcoin running again. Next one's a really good chart by Cantonese Cat. So this is just covering the others altcoin market cap. This is including the simple moving average, the log fib supports, and 6 weekly inside candles. So inside the massive weekly candle we had back in, I think it was late April. And as you guys can see, this just shows to me there is going to be continuation of the trend, and the major inflection point is basically now. So as you guys can see, we're standing on that moving average right now, and we are trading within this candle. So as long as that happens, and as long as we retest this successively and hold, more than likely continuation is to the upside, and this will, of course, allow our tokens to really break out to the upside. Next up is by Great Matsby. So this is the AVAX token. Of course, I haven't really covered you guys the AVAX token, but this is just more on sentiment and just showing you guys a lot of these altcoin charts are really looking like to break out. So of course, this is a Wyckoff accumulation chart, and when it comes to the volume profile, I'm not sure what the volume profile is, because for a Wyckoff accumulation to actually be confirmed, you need to have the correct profile, volume profile model. But nonetheless, when it comes to purely price, it's really looking like AVAX is actually confirming a test for this Wyckoff accumulation. And what's next is the LPS, which is going to be a massive leg up to the upside. And then more than likely another retrace, and then another wave up to the upside. So when it comes to that, the recap of this is, if AVAX is about to break out within the next month or so, more than likely all of our other altcoins will also break out, because AVAX is a Dino coin, and if Dino coins are running, more than likely our other base native token assets are also running. So it's just something to note, and it's really looking like inflection points for our altcoins are really setting the stage for another leg up to the upside. Next up is by Charting Guy. So this is going back to what I was saying about Coinbase. So the stock coin, which is Coinbase, is likely front running Ethereum here. As you guys can see, Coinbase had a massive leg up to the upside today. And generally, just looking at the charts and comparing the Coinbase chart to Ethereum, every time Coinbase has pumped, Ethereum has briefly pumped to the upside shortly after. As you guys can see, Coinbase broke out early April, and it took Ethereum about 5 days to break out to the upside. So purely based on that case alone, if this is true and if this correlation stays true, more than likely Ethereum will probably break out like maybe early next week. Let's see if we get that pump, because it's really looking like the correlation for Coinbase and Ethereum is really strong. And going back to Semka's chart as well, for Coinbase to altcoin market cap, same thing here. Every time the Coinbase chart had pumped, the altcoin total coin market cap also pumped. Let's see where that goes. It's really looking like we're about to get a pump in the next few weeks or so. And if the Coinbase correlation is true, it's probably going to happen within the next 5 days or so. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other base native tokens, or if you guys have any just general questions about crypto, etc. I'm always replying to you guys down in the comments. And of course, if you guys want more base native token coverage, be sure to follow my X page. My page is @DopeOxide. But yeah, that's all to the video, guys. Have a good one. Have a good day. Peace.